Hello, Namaskar, Vanakkam. It is Vanakkam, not Vadakkam, as some of our North Indian friends are misreading and misinterpreting it. It makes you feel very happy when all the hard work that you put in, the kind of logical analysis that you do comes true at the end. Isn't that true? Patriot, Blue Beat, दोनों के क्वेश्चंस आए. एक्ट 5 का कोई क्वेश्चन इस बार भी नहीं आया, लेकिन Patriot and Blue Beat that we were talking about did come in the examination. So let's get started with the answer key, with SWS answer key for the English Literature ICSE Class 10 paper. Okay, so here is the paper. Let's start with the answers quickly, no wasting of time. The first one is 1D. What aspect? काफी आसान पेपर था MCQs में. In fact, many of the MCQs are from our success test papers. I'm not saying that, I'm not taking the credit, but many of the questions we had included in our success test papers. I could easily, in the first reading itself, could spot 9 questions out of 16, which were there in the test papers. 3 other questions were there in the questions that we had done on YouTube. So a large majority, 12 out of 16 is a fantastic success rate, and Baki were like very, very obvious kind of thing. What aspect of Shylock's nature is revealed? It is vengeance. Second ka C. Third ka A. In this context, this is the important part of it. The quality of mercy is not strained. Who says this to whom? This is Portia to Shylock. What does Portia ask of Antonio as a remembrance before she leaves the courtroom? I hope आप में से किसी ने ये Antonio के बजाय Bassanio पढ़ के ring नहीं लिख दिया है. The correct answer is gloves, right? When Lorenzo says, fair ladies, you drop manna in the way of starved people, he means that Portia and Nerissa have brought good news for Lorenzo and Antonio. Sixth ka B. Which of the following statements is not true of Maggie? She was sent to the poorhouse. She wasn't sent to the poorhouse, so that's not true. Then, the short story, The Little Match Girl, can be called a fairy tale because it has elements of magic and fantasy. Why did the Gujar woman strike the big brass gurras with a stick to see which ones are empty? Pretty much all recall questions, majority of them recall questions. Ninth ka C. When the rain stopped, they rushed outdoors, forgetting all about Margaret, etc. So what is the option? The correct option for question number 10 is 10th D. Sorry, 10th D. 11th correct option is A, which is very easy. The 12th option is, this is a simile, so this is the one which is the correct option, 12th B. Okay. 13th, which of the following statements used by Angelo this thing? He opens his throat to sing. 13th ka A. 14th, when did this angel appear to Abou Ben Adam? 2 nights in succession. 14th C. 15th B is the correct option, and 16th D is the correct option. Let's quickly look through the section B. This is from Act 3, Scene 2, the casket scene. Which 2 words? I would have written anxious. I would have written tense. Maybe even worried will work for it. But I think anxious and tense, kind of 2 words, they kind of describe Portia's feelings at this time. Baki to simple ye hai. Isme now look at this question. I hope कल का वीडियो देखा आपने, उससे फायदा हुआ, आपने शाइलॉक के ऊपर एक जस्टिफिकेशन आंसर प्रिपेयर करके गए, और एटलीस्ट पॉइंट्स तो प्रिपेयर करके गए होंगे, मैं उम्मीद करता हूं, बिकॉज दिस इज प्रिसाइसली व्हाट आई वाज डिस्कसिंग yesterday, that you would be asked opinion questions and you need to justify your response on the basis of facts from the text. So I hope you have done what we discussed yesterday in the video. Okay. I've always believed that at SWS we should prioritize quality over quantity. It's very easy for me to do live because जब live करते हो तो views ज़्यादा मिलते हैं. So finally आप थोड़े देर views बहुत ज्यादा हैं, but anyone who is there for even 10 to 50 seconds and not seen the entire 1 hour 2 hour video will be counted as a view. So that, according to me, is a misinterpretation of fact. I would much rather put a tight half an hour video which most of you see and take advantage of. At least that's what I believe in. This one, Blue Bead ka. Again, the fifth question is quite interesting to contrast the mother's mood with that of Sibia, the greatest Olympic prize. I hope you, and this is interesting. This normally is done by CBSE of having this thing. In fact, this is something which I had told my students last year and the year before last also. But then I realized that ICSE was not asking questions like this, because this is very easy to actually combine the two and ask a common theme. So the common theme, would that be of थीम ऑफ कॉपरेशन? मैंने कल थीम्स डिस्कस किए थे सारे 5 पोएम और 5 स्टोरीज के, तो आई होप उससे फायदा हुआ. थीम ऑफ कॉपरेशन ओवर कंपटीशन, दैट्स व्हाट इज द थिंग दैट यू विल हैव टू से इज कॉमन, बिकॉज वहां पे 9 गोल्ड मेडल्स में बाकी 8 रनर्स वापस आए. यहाँ पे लस लॉन्ग, इवन दो ही इज अ कॉम्पिटिटर, गोस एंड हेल्प्स and shows empathy for Jesse Owen. So that is the theme which is common. Again, because we had discussed the theme, I hope you have done it well. Above Ben Adam, ये सब तो बहुत आसान है, simple. If you have to give the poem a different title, we discussed the titles yesterday. 5, उसमें Baba Ben Adam नहीं था. You could have written something like Moonlit Tales, or you could have given something like Love Supreme and kind of justified it by saying that that's what he's talking about. The love for your fellow human beings is really the most supreme emotion. The Moonlit Tales, talking about how in a spirit of moonlight, the real light of awakening comes, that whole emotion being expressed, that you should love your human beings, and that is even greater than loving God. Okay. Then the last one, Patriot, as we had discussed. Right? Do you think the poem ends on a note of hope or despair? That's the last one. So I hope आपने paper अच्छा किया. This is the kind of paper where you should definitely be able to score an 80 on 80, or definitely in the high 70s. 75 plus should be an easy score in a paper like this. So I'm hoping that you have done well. Now you have 2 days gap for history and civics. There is a lot going to come up on Study with Sudhir for history and civics, including a classroom chat this evening for history and civics. There's already a strategy video that I had put about 4 to 5 days back. Please have a look at it. That gives you the entire strategy map on how you should prepare for history and civics. And then, of course, there are the history and civics success test papers, which according to me, उसमें काफी मेहनत लगी और काफी मजा आया है उसको प्रिपेयर करने में. I always rank my history civics papers as the best papers because it's a subject I have a natural affinity towards. I've done civics all my life. So it's something which I understand very well. मेरे को textbook से पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती है. Okay, so you would enjoy answering some of the questions in those success test papers for sure. Please have a look at my strategy video. Another important classroom chat coming up this evening around 7, and then there will be more videos coming up over the next couple of days for you. There are lots of videos with MCQs which we have done, which you would find useful while practicing, while revising, while testing. Thank you very much. Tata. Bye bye.